Welcome back everybody, Chad Ferguson here, Catfish Edge with this week's catfishing tip. These are the 3 top rigs for catching catfish. I get tons of questions about catfish rigs. There's all kinds of variations, some very complex catfish rigs, some very simple. But one of the things I get asked most often is, hey, I just want to know the bread and butter basic information. What do I have to know? And this is it. These are 3 surefire, always work catfish rigs that catch fish. First is a slip sinker rig. Now bass fishermen call this a Carolina rig, cat fishermen call it a slip sinker rig. I've got a no-roll sinker on my main line with a bead and a swivel down below it. I like to use these no-roll sinkers. You can use a slip sinker. Any sort of sliding sinker will work. I've got a 50-pound monofilament leader line here with a circle hook tied on with an easy snell. I'll put a link at the end of this video to that easy snell. And I've got one of my Versa rattle catfish rig rattles on here. You can find more information about those on Catfish Edge. That is a slip sinker rig. Basic catfish rig you can use for all 3 species of catfish. You can use for just about any technique and it will catch fish. There's a lot of anglers that don't fish with anything else than this catfish rig right here, the slip sinker rig. Now, the next rig is just a slight variation of this slip sinker rig. Add a foam float a few inches above your hook on the leader, and that's called a Santee rig or a Santee Cooper rig. Again, everything else the same as a slip sinker rig. You're just adding that foam float. Now what that float does is lifts that bait up off the bottom. It gets it out of the mud, sediment, vegetation, everything down on the bottom of the lake or river. Gets it up off the bottom. You often get better and more aggressive strikes and more strikes when fishing for catfish with adding that float. You can't use it in all situations. If you're fishing in really heavy current, you may have a problem with it. But in still water or very little current, this is an excellent rig for catching all species of catfish, but especially blue catfish. It's killer fishing on anchor or drift fishing, either one. And that's the Santee rig or Santee Cooper rig. Now the last and final rig that I like to use, the one I use, is called the Secret Catfish Rig. I use that for channel catfish. You can find more information on that at Catfish Edge. But in the absence of using that rig, the slip bobber rig. This is one of the most underutilized rigs for catching catfish. If you want to catch channel catfish using prepared bait, the slip bobber rig is a killer way to catch channel cats. Any kind of prepared bait fishing, cut bait for channel cat, anywhere where you need to really be able to detect what those fish are doing and really be able to define those real light, sensitive bites, the slip bobber rig will do it. I like to use a Comal foam slip float. They're cheap and they work really well. You can adjust the bobber stop on the line to any depth. You can fish slip bobbers in shallow water, deep water, anything in between. They work great for catching all nook. All right, I got video bombed by a bass there. Got totally derailed. That slip sinker rig is an excellent rig. That's not even what I was talking about. Slip bobber. Slip bobber rig is an excellent rig for targeting channel catfish. A lot of people use it for flatheads. You can use it for blue catfish also, but that is one of the go-to rigs for catching channel catfish with my techniques. Again, I like to use that Secret Catfish Rig. You can go over to Catfish Edge to get more information on that, but in the absence of that, slip bobber rig is an excellent choice. So those are my 3 top choices for catfish rigs: slip sinker rig, Santee rig, and a slip bobber rig or that Secret Catfish Rig. Now there's all sorts of other catfish rigs, tweaks, variations that you can use. And certainly there are times and places that you should use them, but as far as 3 excellent catfish rigs to get you started, get fish in your boat, that's the 3 rigs that I suggest that you start out with. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you tell your friends about Catfish Edge. Get them to come over here. Subscribe to the Catfish Edge channel. Make sure you like the video. And make sure you head over to catfishedge.com, because the information covered here on YouTube in these videos is certainly a small portion of the information that we cover on fishing for catfish. Until next time, I'm Chad Ferguson, catfishedge.com, for catching all the They work great for catching huge numbers of channel catfish. A lot of people use them for flathead catfish. Trying to crappie, bass. It's not a catfish. Holy mackerel! If I was a bass fisherman, I'd be awfully excited.